Back in Bali. Again, that is going to be the topic of this episode of Chi Life. If you've been following the vlog, you'll know I've been traveling quite a lot this year. I left New Zealand in around the middle of March, and since then I visited, I think the total came to 14 countries. And some of those I visited more than once for a variety of reasons. But here I am back in Bali, where I started out at the beginning of this trip. So I had a few different reasons why I was doing this travel this year. One of those reasons was simply to reconnect with Long White Cloud Qigong students and instructors. I had been kind of stuck in New Zealand for about 4 years with the pandemic, and then some things coming out the other side of the pandemic that I really needed to take care of before I left. And prior to that, I used to travel quite regularly to different parts of the world, teaching workshops, sometimes running retreats as part of sharing Qigong and making those personal connections. So the connections weren't just online through a computer screen, through the online training, but in person there's greater richness that comes from that. And so that's been really good, going around teaching some workshops, running some retreats, and just meeting up with familiar faces who I've known for many years and visited previously, and others who I've only met through a screen up until now. And so, that part of the travel has gone really well. A second purpose of me traveling was to look for retreat venues and locations for more of that in the future. That has been a mixed bag. That has been quite challenging, actually finding venues that I think will be suitable. And I'll probably talk more about that in another vlog. I won't go into that here. I want to keep this one relatively brief. And then my third purpose for traveling over this, most of this year, was to look for somewhere where I want to be based for the next while. And so now here I am by my pool. That's me done. No more teaching Qigong. I'm just taking a break. No, not really. One of the reasons, or there's a whole variety of reasons why I think Bali is going to work quite well for the next little while for me. And again, I don't know necessarily how long that will be. I won't necessarily be here, all of the year or anything like that. But I think there's some really positive things in Bali that, having gone and visited many other places during this year, there's a mix that just works well here. And a lot of that is about teaching Qigong. It's really well set up, beautiful weather, great accommodation, easily available, good food. That makes it really a really easy environment if people want to come and do training, attend retreats, and things like that. Also, because Bali is a bit of a hub for different mind, body, energy type practices, there's lots of yoga and dance and music and breath work and all sorts of related things. A little bit of Qigong, not a huge amount, but a little bit. But it's a hub for people who come for these sorts of things anyway. Potentially a great place for introducing more people to Qigong, because again, a lot of people come not knowing necessarily what exactly they're looking for. They're just wanting to try different things, and if Qigong's on offer, they'll try that. And of course, I think all those other practices are great too. But I think Qigong has some special things to offer, so I want to share it with more people, and I think Bali is a great place for introducing people to Qigong. And then another aspect is that with all the things going on here, I think there's some things that will be personally of benefit to me. Learning and experiencing and developing just as part of my own personal development in life. While I've been doing Qigong for many, many years and have a lot of experience in that, I keep learning, as hopefully we all do. And this is, being that hub, it's a really interesting place to have exposure to many different things. And there's some specific aspects of the type of things that people are doing in the environment here that I think will be particularly personally beneficial to me. And again, I think I'll talk more about that in another vlog, about some of the things that I think are particularly going to be helpful for me. I'm not scared to admit, again, if you've been following the vlog for quite some time. From time to time, I talk quite openly about challenges I might be having, or some of my personal weaknesses and deficiencies. Like, oh, there's things where I could improve and things that will be helpful for me. And I think there's things here in Bali that will be helpful for me personally as well. So I'm going to be here for a while. Like I said, don't know if it's necessarily going to be all year or part of the year, but you'll be seeing a lot more videos from me, some by the pool, probably some doing other things, and of course, lots of things about Qigong and different practices and so on. If you're interested, and if you are, please, maybe make a comment below. I can also do things like give you a tour of this villa that I'm staying at, maybe some other things about being around Bali, and things like that. So if I think, so far I've been here about a week, just a little over a week, and I've got quite a lot done. And getting set up, finding somewhere I'm going to stay, figuring out local supermarkets for food, and getting into all the bureaucratic stuff. There's still quite a bit more bureaucratic stuff I need to sort out yet. But yeah, I'm hoping once I'm through that, it's going to give me an opportunity to be really productive, working on some of the courses and generally teaching and sharing Qigong. All right, that's the little vlog for today. I look forward to seeing you on another one soon.